Right, here we go. Back again, back again. Alright? And today it is the Then Previously Fought Syndrome. And would you believe it? This is the 10th episode. But if you go onto my YouTube channel, including this video, you will only find 9. And that is because, of course, YouTube, the Thought Police, they have removed it. As you can see, it's got the all-seeing eye. Well, it's red. So computer says no. And I did also get a warning from YouTube. So yeah, I now am on the naughty list. And I won't be expecting any presents from Santa Claus. So yeah, ain't that a shame? And in terms of an appeal, well, no, you can forget it. Because appealing, that's not available. Because YouTube, well, they don't deal with fucking appeals anymore, by the looks of it. So yeah, what a surprise that they had it in for the syndrome. And in that video that they took down, we did touch on how they were going for kids big time, and that there was this mysterious COVID disease that was affecting kids. But of course, it was 5G, right? So I would imagine that is why they fucking removed it. And they probably will remove this now because I said that as well. But hey, we'll see, right? And yeah, Facebook, they decided to restrict me once again as well. But we all know what Facebook is today. It's not what it once was. And we really are now beginning to see the true nature of the beast that is Facebook. And it censors fucking each and anyone. And of course, it pushes the agendas. As you can see how our climate is changing. Wow. And of course, it's our fault, right? And they do have as well, if you're on Facebook, you'll see it, a coronavirus COVID information centre, right? And it's got all the very latest fucking fear statistics and headlines, and it even has facts, right, regarding COVID. As you can see, cold and snow don't prevent it, right? So you can't freeze it to death, and you can't kill it with fucking snowballs, right? And drinking alcohol, yeah, that won't prevent or cure it, unfortunately, right? Sorry to let you know, but that won't stop it. That won't kill a fake virus, of course, but it will get you fucking blazing, right? But consuming bleach, that certainly won't get you blazing, but yeah, that will put you in fucking hospital, that is for sure. And you know, all jokes aside, this is where we are today. This is fucking 2020, where adults, grown men, would actually consider doing something like consuming bleach to try and cure a fucking virus that they probably don't even have, right? And they don't even know anyone that has. Yet this has happened, hence why the warning is now on fucking Facebook, right? Thank God for Facebook keeping us right for all the latest on the hoax virus and the hoax fucking climate warming agenda, right? Of course. But sticking with Facebook, just before we get into the syndrome, I did ask this question on a live stream to my local MSP, and I asked him there, as you can see, what about health passports, right? But yeah, he completely avoided the question, right? He read out and answered everything that I said and asked, except from that. But of course, silence fucking speaks volumes, right? And this dude here, I know of him through football. I see him quite a lot. I used to, at least. But he's been doing live streams since the start. And I kid you not, he's fucking aged about 50 years since the start. And obviously having to come on and tell constant lies is taking its toll, right? And that is what's happening. And it's only a matter of time before people start coming out. And people will be coming out already. And yeah, we need to support them. Any whistleblowers for sure. And I did also, my good friend, Irish friend, Kieran, asked me about do not resuscitate decisions in Scotland. Because Vernon Coleman mentioned the legend, the hero, the great Dr. Vernon Coleman. He said that the do not resuscitate age, minimum age, was 45 in Scotland. But I believe it's actually a lot worse than that, because there is no minimum age by the looks of it, from what I can see. And yeah, it's quite astonishing, really. But this is where it's heading. It's like they're preparing for the next wave of deception, right? And we will get into that again next week. But this is, of course, the done previously thought syndrome, right? So with all the housework put to one side for the time being, we can, of course, crack on with the syndrome. Because, yeah, the syndrome, well, it never goes away. As long as the deception continues, the syndrome will continue. Of course, yeah, as long as YouTube let it up. That is, right? We'll see. But yeah, of course, the corona, it has the syndrome. Big time. And once again, a similar story. Texas COVID-19 positivity rate higher than previously reported. Wow, ain't that a surprise? And that is out today, being the 15th of September, year of deception. And this one 5 days ago, would you believe it? More cats infected with coronavirus than previously considered. Oh dear, so it looks like they have got it in for the kitty cats. Right, and I have mentioned before that I did have 2 cats. I did mention that one of them was in an accident, and unfortunately she did not survive. And Marsh, our wee grey cat, she was a beautiful wee cat. We had a mother and daughter, and my wife had named the mother Sausage. So when she had kittens, one of them got called Marsh. But yeah, unfortunately, whatever had hit Marsh, it was too much in the end. So yeah, that was a bit of a blow, that. I was meant to say that was a few months ago, but just never got a chance. But yeah, Sausage is still here and still nipping our heads. But I doubt very much that she is carrying a fake fucking virus, alright? So yeah, don't worry about your cat, that's for sure. And sticking with COVID, I seen this one, and they continue to push this constantly, everywhere, all the time, and it's from the Independent. But it's not just the Independent, it's fucking everywhere. Of course, they push it right across the board. First death may have occurred months earlier than previously thought. What a fucking surprise, right? And I looked into this a wee bit. As you can see, it says Office of National Statistics said more deaths could emerge as a result of work by coroners. So this is a coroner, but the report was late due to COVID, obviously. So it was a coroner from Medway and Kent, which I looked into a wee bit and came across this story about a cover-up. As you can see, 3 weeks ago. Metro NHS Trust accused of baby deaths cover-up after 124 die in 7 years. Right, so very shady indeed. Again, to do with coroners in Medway in Kent. And 6 days ago, Kent Online, former mayor's suicide days after arrest. So yeah, anything coming out of Kent officially from the coroners or other, I would take with a serious pinch of fucking salt. That is for sure. And here's another one here. COVID-19 may have been in LA months earlier than thought. Who'd have thought it, right? And that is UPI.com 5 days ago. And yep, and again, COVID-19 silently arrived in US near Christmas, earlier than thought. UCLA, who we've touched on before, study says. Of course it does. And yeah, it's a study, so it must be fucking true. And as you can see, that was 6 days ago. But yeah, the COVID, here it was, silently arriving, all set for fucking Christmas. Timed it. It timed it to perfection. What a magical and mythical, mysterious virus we have on our hands, if you pardon the pun, or the joke even. And yeah, Chicago Tribune, flattening the curve saves more lives than thought 1 day ago. Of course it does. Lockdown's great. And yeah, flattening the curve, that's what they said months ago, way back in March, with the lockdown in the UK, 2 weeks, and flatten the curve, right? Beat the virus. Sure, Boris Johnson, the absolute fucking clown of a man, who deserves nothing less than fucking done for treason, like the rest of them. But yeah, 2 weeks and flatten the curve. But yet here we are today in the UK talking about fucking curfews, right? I shit you not. And we will touch on it in the Friday Fix, and we'll touch on the current restrictions in Scotland and the UK. And yeah, it is of course 1984 on fucking steroids. But of course we know that Orwell, he knew the score for sure, because of course he was a fucking Mason, right? And yeah, check out my Was George Orwell a Freemason video. See what I done there? Expert, right? And anyway, sticking with the syndrome, of course. And this is from the 16th of September. Airbus chief warns of compulsory redundancies as crisis deeper than, yep, you guessed it, previously thought. Now, ain't that a shock, right? Even I seen that fucking coming. Of course, as we have said, the air travel industry, it's on its way out for sure, I'm afraid. And in terms of the syndrome again, water shortages in US West likelier than previously thought, right? So yeah, it looks like we could be in, well, America, and also most likely the UK, in for food and water shortages, right? And yeah, unfortunately, it looks like it could be the case. So yeah, I would advise people to start preparing, and don't over panic buy, of course, but just be very cautious and keep it in mind that you might not get to the shop for a while at some point, right? That could be the case. So yeah, be prepared, I would say, at least, and have a look for somebody out there like the Ice Age Farmer or other channels that deal with how to prepare, because I'm no expert on that. But yeah, I would advise to at least be prepared in some sort of way, of course, right? Because it might come. You know, I really do wish I could come on and say that don't worry, that won't happen. There won't be any water shortages. There won't be any food shortages. Everybody will be fine. But I would be lying if I thought that, because I don't think that. I think there is a chance, a high chance, that it will be the case. Because unfortunately, there's a domino effect in motion, and the chain is fucking broken for sure. So I would advise, without scaring anyone, that's the last thing that I want to do. And it's not paranoia or to be paranoid, to be prepared. Because in today's age, as we have seen, disasters, right? They can happen, these pandemics, right? So if you can, be prepared and look out for one another and vulnerable or elderly neighbours. Check on them, make sure that they're okay, right? Just even just to say hello, and if they need anything or any help, right? That could do wonders for someone's life, right? In this time that we're in, for sure. And but just briefly for today, I won't bore you too long, right? But yeah, I seen this. Actually, before we touch on this, I think I will make another video on the coming shortages in terms of food and water, right? So yeah, look out for it. Yeah, anyway, I seen this from our good friends at Forbes, Bill Gates' Forbes. World may not return to pre-pandemic normal until at least 2022. Warns who? Bill Gates. Well, fucking who else? But of course it's not warns who Bill Gates as a question. It's warns who? The WHO, the World Health Organization. And of course they are the experts, and you cannot disagree with anything that they say, and you cannot say anything that goes against their narrative. Now talk about fucking draconian, right? We are fucking living it. And I did see on this article, as you can see, health experts expect to know whether there's a viable vaccine by the end of 2020 at the earliest. But at least for the United States, which has the most cases of the virus in the world, herd immunity may be difficult to achieve given a potentially low effectiveness percentage and anti-vaccination superstitions. Right, is that what you call paralysation when someone gets put in a wheelchair? Is that a fucking superstition? I do not fucking think so. If someone gets Guillain-Barré syndrome, or if someone is born with no neck because of a vaccination unintended side effect, is that a fucking superstition? I think not, of course. And as you can see, NIH very concerned about serious side effect in coronavirus vaccine trial, because of course the person fell, or a person fell seriously unwell, and I believe was paralysed. So if you wanted the results of the vaccine, well, that one at least, then there is your results. It doesn't fucking work, and it's not fucking safe, right? They are, like I said before, seriously dangerous stuff, and you are playing Russian roulette when you take a vaccine. That is for sure. And yeah, just look up, do a simple thing like looking up vaccine injuries or the data on compensation that has been paid out on for people that have been injured from a vaccine. Now, that is not superstition. That is fucking fact. Alright? It is dangerous, dangerous stuff. And that is about it for today. And I did mention my good friend, my Irish brother, Kieran, who is also on YouTube. And Kieran, I cannot recommend his channel enough. Most of you probably are on Kieran's channel already. But if not, make sure that you go over and check it out because it is fantastic. And he has on great guests a lot of the time and is a great man himself. Anyway, check that out and I will catch you on Friday. And that is about it. Bye bye.